This morning's Farm Report is sponsored by LS Tractor. Start blue, stay blue.
This year, make LS Tractor your all-season workhorse. From spring applications using LS tillers, box blades, rotary cutters, and grapples, to winter applications utilizing LS snow blowers, blades, and brooms. With this lineup, there's no job you can't do with LS tractors and implements. Learn more at lstractorusa.com or check out your local LS dealer.
Well, good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. I'm glad to be here with you. I'd like to get started with a shout out, a tribute to a young lady in Edgecombe County, Ms. Jolena Sunborn. She is an officer in the North Carolina State 4-H Association, and this is the first time in many years someone from Edgecombe County has held a position of that esteem. She is President Jolena Sunborn. She's the first North Carolina State 4-H officer from Edgecombe County in 30 years. Edgecombe County 4-H Club members have always been active in many areas. They always participated well locally and have advanced in state and national competitions. But it had been 3 decades since a member of Edgecombe County 4-H was elected to serve as a state officer. That changed last July when Jolena Sunborn was elected to serve as the North Carolina State President. Before that, the last statewide 4-H officer from Edgecombe County was Jonica Ellis Kaiser, who served as State Vice President in 1992-93. She is now the Department Chair, Business and Accounting at Edgecombe Community College. That is Jonica Ellis Kaiser. Jonica and Jolena and her sister Logan, who is at the Northeast District 4-H officer, have been involved in 4-H for 11 years. From the time the family relocated from Largo, Florida, to the family farm in the crisp Macclesfield area. Now a freshman at North Carolina Wesleyan University, Jolena said, "The first thing I got involved in was the cooking club. Then I got into livestock, and from there it just kept growing." She admitted to a level of nervousness at her next planned activity, raising and showing pigs at the annual livestock show in April. "I've done all the livestock except for pigs, so I thought I'd give them a try." Logan, a sophomore at the North Carolina Virtual Academy, is not willing to take on swine just yet, but wishes her sister well. Jolena said that to be elected as state president, she had to be nominated and run a campaign. "I was nervous," she said, her ever-present smile on her face. "It was a very long, tenuous campaign, as I was really trying to get my name out there. It was super fun, but super stressful. And since being elected, she has taken on many responsibilities. There's a lot of pressure," she said. "I do take a lot of pride in being state president and representing Edgecombe County." She said that when she was elected, it was surreal. "It almost didn't feel real," she admitted. As state president, Sunborn presides at all meetings of the state council, interacts with the public, and is the official representative of 4-H at various events around the state. "I try to be as active as I can and to represent 4-H in Edgecombe County to the very best of my ability," she said. "It has definitely been an eye-opening experience," she added. Sunborn just returned from Louisville, Kentucky, where she was competing in livestock judging, finishing 5th overall. Jolena and Logan's mom, Ira, said, "Being involved in 4-H is the best thing my kids have done. It's made a huge, huge difference in their lives. So we continue to applaud and send out congratulations to Jolena Sunborn. She's doing a wonderful job. She's allowing a very positive acknowledgement to be affected or reflected on Edgecombe County, and we are very proud of that. Moving on to another subject, has anybody seen any bears? It seems like bear sightings are becoming more and more popular all the time. Is that a bear under the deck? State issues warning tips as hibernation season is underway. More and more bears are being seen. Really, where I didn't think bears existed. I knew there was some in the mountains, and I knew there was some down east, but we are seeing them elsewhere, even locally as well. As spring nears, which is a time away, people in the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission are reminding the public to leave the bears alone. If you see a bear den, be cautious and leave it be, advised the commission. Black bears are resourceful in finding places to shelter in the winter months when cubs are generally born. Dens may be found in rock cavities, brush piles, tree cavities, excavations under fallen trees, ground nests, under decks, and in crawl spaces. It's not uncommon for people to see bears when hiking or exploring a wooded area. From May to July, bear cubs separate from their mothers and search for new homes. Now, you might ask yourself why North Carolina is seeing an increase in these wildlife sightings. Recently, a bear climbed up into a tree near UNC Rex Hospital off of Lake Boone Trail and was stuck there for several hours. A wildlife expert coached the bear down with donuts and sardines. If you see a bear or suspect a bear den, the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission asks that you leave the area and not disturb the den for the rest of the winter season. If a bear is seen near your home or your deck or in or near a shed or crawl space, you can call the NC Wildlife Helpline, and that number is 866-318-2401. Bears are continuing to make an appearance all across North Carolina, and here's an overview of what has occurred up until recently. The black bear was almost extinct in North Carolina in the 1970s. Now the population is about 20,000 statewide. While the state is slowly restoring bears in the coastal and mountain regions, sightings in more metropolitan areas aren't totally unheard of. The state contains many rivers, lakes, and other bodies of water which can be popular spots for bears to roam to in areas that are rural and developed. In both instances, rural areas and suburban areas, both spectrum. In most cases, people can coexist with a bear until it leaves the den when the weather warms up. The Wildlife Commission said that it has already investigated a report of an orphaned male cub in eastern North Carolina recently. We received a call from the public about a cub found by itself and quickly investigated the situation, said Colleen Offenbuttle, the black bear and fur bearer biologist with the North Carolina Wildlife Commission. The den was likely disturbed, and we safely delivered the 4 to 5 week old male cub to one of our 2 licensed rehabilitators specialized to care for orphan cubs. Thanks to the correct response by the caller, we were able to investigate, confirm the cub was orphaned, and get the cub the care it needed within hours of the initial call, better assuring the cub's eventual release back into the wild. So this phenomenon of bears now is getting more and more common all across our area. And so we just need to be mindful and give them plenty of space and follow through as we have opportunity. We are right in the midst of the Christmas season now, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure most of you have already selected your Christmas tree, but here are some tips in choosing a tree and the best tree possible. Indeed, such as that creates the magic of a perfect tree. Choosing the perfect tree for Christmas can be daunting. Beautiful fields full of trees, how do you choose? There are many kinds of trees available, but the top 5 include the Douglas fir, the balsam fir, Fraser fir, Scotch pine, and blue spruce. The Douglas fir is known for its pyramid-like shape. The soft, subtle aroma and tiny needles make this a great choice. The balsam fir has a distinct scent, often used in holiday candles. The needles are darker green with a silver undertone. These trees hold onto their needles for about 4 weeks, so it is a great choice if you put your tree up at Thanksgiving. The limbs are soft and flexible, so not a good choice if you use a lot of heavy ornaments. The Fraser fir smells like Christmas. They grow in a beautiful pyramid shape with sturdy branches to support heavy ornaments. Typically, their branches have room between them to showcase your decorations. Their needles are a dark blue-green and are softer than most evergreens. Scotch pine is a long-lasting tree and will retain its needles even if the water runs out while you are away visiting. It is the least messy of all the natural trees. Branches are sturdy and suitable for all ornament sizes and shapes. The needles are sharp and the tree is dense, so branches are closer together, which is a challenge for showcasing your ornaments. Spruce trees have long branches and nice pyramid shapes. The tree's resin does not emit a pleasant odor, so take care when decorating. It holds its needles well as long as you are adamant about filling the water. Needles are a beautiful blue undertone with a silver cast. If you like interesting texture and color, this is the tree for you. Well, first you need to know where it is going to be placed in your home. Measure the space available for the tree, including the height of the ceiling and the width of the perfect spot. Write these numbers down and take them with you. Also measure your tree stand to determine the diameter of the tree trunk that it accommodates. Be sure to include the height of the tree stand and your tree topper when choosing a tree that will fit your space. If you are cutting a tree yourself, you will need some supplies. It is a good idea to take heavy work gloves to protect your hands, a tape measure and twine or rope to tie it securely to your car. It is also a good idea to take an old blanket to protect your car from scratches and sap from the tree. If you buy your tree from a lot, you will need to make a fresh cut in the trunk at the bottom before placing it in the water. Fill a bucket with lukewarm water and place the tree in it as soon as you get home. Find your tree stand and place the tree in the stand. Choose a stand that is easy to get water in and will be sturdy and secure. You can also adjust the top of the tree to accommodate your topper by trimming small branches, but be sure and leave the heavier center branch for the topper to go on. When choosing a tree in the field or at a tree lot, you will want to look for a tree with short needles and that the branches have spaces between them to accommodate your decorations. Also look for some heavier branches to hold heavy ornaments in the tree. Select a fresh tree by looking at the needles. They should be shiny, green, and fresh, not brown. They should also not fall off when you pull on a branch. Remember, live trees need loads of water. Be sure and water your tree every day. After about a week, the water intake will slow down some. These tips and types of trees also hold if you're going with an artificial tree as far as shape and color. So there's a lot to be considered in purchasing the perfect tree, and there are a variety of varieties. There's quite a few varieties, I would like to say, that you can choose from, and there are a lot of ways to acquire a tree from the tree lots that are around. A lot of civic clubs host the selling of trees this time of year for fundraisers, and you can go in the woods and look for one that might suit your interest. And then, of course, go into the mountains. Some people go to tree farms, and it's a family outing. So these are just some ideas that go along with choosing the perfect tree. This is all the time I have today. I look forward to being with you next week. Everyone have a good day, a good week, and God bless you.